Hey, y'all, I want to go ahead and apologize for the way I look, but you will not believe this, but I'm working out now. And as soon as I make this recipe, maybe one other, I've got to run meet Aaron for my workout. So, this recipe has to sit in the refrigerator a long time, almost maybe even overnight. So I want to go ahead and get it made before I go work out and get it in the refrigerator. And it's an eclair cake, and people that have tried this just love it. I've been making this for years, and it really does resemble that eclair cake, that you get from the bakery. So to start with, I've got 2 3.5-ounce packages. I think it's 3.5 now. It's close. A French vanilla pudding. And I've got 3.5 cups of milk. And I'm just going to beat this until it's totally incorporated. And no lumps. Okie doke, y'all. You want to beat that for about 2 minutes. And now, the recipe calls for, excuse me, let me get me a paper towel. The recipe calls for a frozen whipped topping, but y'all know I just, it's so easy to whip my own fresh cream. So that's what I'm doing. And it's a small container. So let's see. How much cream do you think we have, Teresa?
I actually did an 8-ounce cup.
Okay. I think that's going to be like perfect.
Your normal amount of sugar that you like.
And I use 1/4 of a cup of sugar per cup of whipping cream. And this is going to be delicious. To me, the fresh cream just takes it to another higher level. Look how wonderful and creamy that is, y'all. But I'm using an instant pudding, but I'm using the real cream to fold into that. And it just looks perfectly yummy. I could eat that with a spoon. So while I'm waiting for that to thicken up, y'all, I'm going to add our graham cracker crust to our pan. And I think it calls for a whole box of graham crackers, but I kind of think it might not need that, but we'll see. All right, now I'm going to just break these and make it fit that last little bit. All right, so now I'm going to take a wonderful filling and I'm going to spread that. I'm going to spread about half of it over our graham crackers. That looks maybe about half. Oh my gosh, it's almost like a religious experience, y'all, with this filling. So good, Teresa. Have you ever had this cake?
I have not.
I can't believe it because I've been making it for years.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it 24 hours, but I'm going to try.
We will try. Okay, now another layer of graham crackers. All right, y'all, I've added my other layer of graham crackers. I may have cheated that first layer. I might not have done quite half, but that's all right. It's all going down the same pipe at the same time, y'all. All right, so we're going to add one final layer of graham crackers, and then we're going to make the frosting for this wonderful eclair cake. Now for the filling, y'all. You want to use 3 tablespoons of softened butter. And this is You know, it's amazing. My kitchen gets cool at night. So my butter dish, the butter actually gets a little firm. So I'm going to just work that in a little bit and soften it up. I've got my powdered sugar. I'm going to add my cocoa because this is going to be a chocolate frosting, y'all. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of white corn syrup. And I didn't spray that. I normally will spray it so it'll roll right out, but I'm just real anxious to get this in the refrigerator. And I have to say for selfish reasons, because I'm ready, Teddy, to have some. All right, now I'm going to add yes, I am. I thought for a second I wasn't.
That working out, it's working.
It's working. I've just found as I get older, Teresa, I'm losing the strength in my hands. All right, and I've got 1/3 of a cup of milk. And you can actually stir this together. You don't have to pull out your mixer. Although if I have trouble, I will. So I decided, since my butter was a little on the cold side, y'all, that I'm just going to use my mixer with it to just break it all down and get it as smooth as I can. That's it. That quick. Now, I do want to tell y'all this. That was 1/2 cup of cocoa that the recipe calls for. And if you like a more dark chocolate, it's great. But if you like a more of a milk chocolate, you can cut back on that cocoa. And I realized that I needed 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I had only added 1, so I went back and got my other teaspoon of vanilla flavoring, y'all. All right. We're getting closer and closer to that refrigerator. Yum. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I just want to clean up my dish. I'm going to cover this with a plastic wrap, and it's going in the refrigerator. And I'm going to try to wait 24 hours. So y'all got to promise me that you come back tomorrow and have a taste test with me. All right, so in yesterday's video, I told y'all that this wonderful Eclair cake had to be refrigerated for 24 hours. Well, it's been 24 hours, y'all. And I'm going to sample it for y'all. I wish you could be here.
Somebody has to.
But somebody, that's right. So I'll be that somebody. That first piece is always the most awkward to get out. I left a little bit in the bottom. All right. All righty. I just hate that I have to do this. Right?
You look real sad.
I am. I'm so sad. So you can see how it resembles an eclair cake. I swear you'd think it was an eclair. I swear, an eclair. I'm a poet and don't know it.
Stop.
This is so good. And I highly recommend in using heavy whipping cream and making your own whipped cream, because it does make it richer. If you hadn't tried this one, make sure you try it. easy. The hardest part is waiting 24 hours, y'all. Loving best wishes. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.